of confidence to the Suns as they arrived earlier today. Playing in front of their home fans always puts a bounce in your step. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A beautiful day as it usually is here in Phoenix. Such a dramatic setting here in the Arizona desert. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. Moments away, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Monday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Kevin?
He's doing it all, DA. Thanks. Hey, Smitty, as a player when it comes to preparing for a long season, talk about the advantages of the new strength and conditioning programs we read so much about.
You know, for me, Kevin, when I first started out, it was all about just getting stronger, lifting weights. I think right now for these guys, they're doing a great job of adding that and also recovery. What do you do for recovery, being able to play the next game? I would love to see the technology that they have. Wish I could use it, Kevin, because all I did was run and get me a fish fillet, and I was ready to go.
And the Clippers starting five. Under down low, it's 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Kaminsky out there with Ayton. And it's Oubre in at the small forward.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Pass to Kaminsky. Trying to find Rubio. He's got it now. Booker outside. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
On offense, here are the Clippers. Shamet, the pass to Harrell. Outside Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Oubre against George. Inside, Ayton. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Just such strength on these finishes. When you foul Ayton, you really have to hit him to prevent the basket.
Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year convo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns. And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Now here's Beverly. Right side Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Free throw drops for Leonard. Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. Very sparing with his turnovers.
Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Now Rubio. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Back to Rubio. The Suns need to get a shot off. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Beverly. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Leonard. Over Kaminsky. Los Angeles with another miss.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Clippers trail by 5. Right side George. From the baseline. Buries the jump shot.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now here's Booker. Oubre finds Ayton. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Harrell. Here's George. It's hauled in by the Suns.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Beverly against Rubio. Here's Oubre. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Last season, we saw Kelly Oubre get traded to the Suns. That was a surprise success for both him and the team.
Oubre came in and gave the Suns that defensive spark they so desperately needed. The long arms, he can get in the passing lanes, and he plays with tremendous energy, and they love it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Oubre. He hits both from the stripe.
And despite a fair amount of turnover, the Clippers have made the playoffs 7 out of the last 8 years.
I am so surprised. When you lose Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, you expect a complete rebuild. But the team stayed competitive throughout, and now they're well positioned into the future.
And here's Rubio after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Back to Kaminsky. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor, or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
And the basket by Rubio.
Not the most comfortable shot for Rubio, but give him credit. He doesn't turn it down.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 3. There's the pass to Harrell. Good D by Booker. Suns have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Oubre kicks to Rubio. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Now Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes to Harrell. The dish to George. Harrell, the pass to Beverly. Outside Leonard. Harrell against Ayton. George way outside. The shot will not fall. Now the Suns take it the other way. Rubio taking his time here. Pass to Oubre. Rebound by Harrell. Clippers trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Here's Rubio. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Booker outside. Oubre on the wing. Pass to Ayton. With some arc. Rebound by the Clippers.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Now here's Beverly. He's guarded by Kaminsky. Beverly dishes to George. Great D that time from Oubre.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
George against Oubre. George with the bounce pass. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The drive by Booker and finished off by Kaminsky.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Clippers trail by 7. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And guys, the stellar development of Devin Booker continued last season. Still a firecracker on offense and took strides to improve his shot selection and, equally as important, his decision making.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor.
And looking now at the numbers for Johnson. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Now here's Harkless. Now the pass to Zubac. Here's Magruder. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Harkless off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Greg, with Booker and his progress, you really see it in his playmaking.
And that is what the Suns want from him long term. They see him growing into the same vein as a player like James Harden, someone who can carry the load offensively and still make others better.
Clippers trail by 9. Here's Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the strike.
Here's Magruder. Tipped away. Bridges with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Suns. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Here's Williams after the Suns pick up 2. Green kicks to Zubac. Passes it to Williams. To the middle. Clock at 6. And Green slams it in.
And don't let Green's skill game confuse you. He can rise up and finish around the rim with the best in the business.
And here is Bridges. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Denver. Johnson finds Sharich. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, Smitty, the game is evolving. We know that. New moves and techniques developed. Talk about some that have grown in popularity since the time of your retirement to now.
You know, the step back is one, and then also the step back is one. The Euro step, and I think also guys right now being able to launch their bodies into guys. I don't want to say it's a move, but that's how guys are playing. Because you can't hand check, guys are throwing their body into the defender on the move even more.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
Sharich nails them both.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Here's Magruder, defended by Bridges. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Fourth, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Now, here's Zubats. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And it's Johnson penetrating. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Unloads again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now here's Sharich. Pass to Baines. Back to Sharich. Over Harkless. Sharich, that's good. And the Suns lead by 9.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Now here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Phoenix leading by 7. 1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. Green against Johnson. Green with the rebound.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Now, here's Bridges. And it's off from three-point range. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Green, no luck.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Magruder passes to Green. Over in the corner, Zubats. Harkless kicks to Magruder. Shot clock at 5. Floats one, and Williams lays it in.
Going teardrop, Lou Williams, pulling out all the moves. He's got them.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Phoenix ahead. They lead by 5. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take so far on the Suns?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Mo Harkless. Ivica Zubac is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Williams. And it's Magruder in a shooting guard.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Bridges. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Bridges has got his first points of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Williams with the ball. The pass to Magruder. The teardrop falls in. Magruder's got 4 this quarter.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon. The Clippers last year, they scored well. Lacked a true superstar, but they were aggressive. Case in point, #1 in the league in free throw attempts.
The Clippers trail. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines, and it's Devin Booker in for Diallo. The Clippers also making some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Harkless, and it's Paul George in for Rodney Magruder. Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Saric, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Tyler Johnson. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Green. And Smitty getting to the line most often for the Clippers last season, Lou Williams and Gallinari.
That combination was fascinating to watch. When you have guys who can score on all 3 levels and know how to draw fouls, that puts tremendous pressure on the defense.
For Phoenix, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Rubio misses. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. The Suns trailing. Booker in the post. He's covered by Shamet, and good that time.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Passes it to Leonard. Lets it go. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Suns have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of 3-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting 3.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more 3-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the 3. Work on your game and what's best for you.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and Phoenix making a change here. Oubre's checked in, and the Clippers with a change here too. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Williams. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West. Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And both free throws good for Paul George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Beverley. Now Leonard. Covered by Rubio. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverley. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. The Suns have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Pass to Kaminsky. To the inside. Booker. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. There's the foul against the Clippers. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Booker. The Clippers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Here's Leonard. It's blocked. Here's Oubre. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Second is Paul George.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Free throw, good. Oubre. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now, here's Rubio. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Here's Ayton. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Ayton. Steve, we've seen a few guys score close to 70 points in a game recently. Devin Booker of Phoenix certainly has gotten to that mark. Who might be the next guy to get to 70?
I think James Harden, because the way he shoots the three ball and gets to the free throw line, he's one. Steph Curry for sure. Kevin Durant. And I think Giannis in a few years, if he can start knocking down those threes, because I'm sure he can get about 40 points in the paint, 10 at the line, but he needs to knock down a few threes.
The first free throw is good.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Second free throw, no good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And the rejection by Harrell. And there's the pass to Shamet. Back to Harrell. On the wing, George. Here's Leonard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Leonard's got 11 points.
Off the catch, Leonard with the quick trigger. Nothing but money.
Rubio finds Oubre. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Ayton trying to break free. And the basket by Rubio. He's got 7.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut back down to 1 point on the basket from Beverley.
You see the quickness of Beverley, blinding speed in the inside.
And it's Kaminsky at the elbow to the paint. And there's Booker on the assist by Kaminsky.
What a game for him so far. He started out strong in that first quarter and has only turned it up from there.
Now here's Beverley. Passes it to Leonard. Over Kaminsky. And it's Leonard missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Booker lays it up and banks it in. Booker's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Beverley in the corner. Shamet with it. Over Rubio. Misses off the left iron. Suns leading by 5. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Beverley. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Harrell, the pass to Beverley. From deep. Good on the three-point shot. Beverley's got 5 now.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Inside, Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. He has 7.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
To the middle. Kaminsky up top. He's covered by Leonard. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. Down low, Shamet. It's good. This game is all even. Shamet's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Now Rubio. He has 7. Pass to Kaminsky. And here's Oubre. He's covered by Leonard. Baseline try. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Now here's Oubre. Rubio dishes to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Over Kaminsky, and that one's good. Leonard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverly. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Diallo comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Sharch is checked in for Kelly Oubre, and it's Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for Leonard. Harkless is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And Smitty with Beverly and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now. And it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. It's deflected. Goes back up. It's hauled in by Diallo.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Offensive rebound. Green. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Los Angeles. And for a long time, JaMychal Green was mostly an energy player. Smitty, he's expanded his game lately.
Worked on developing an outside shot. He can drop a few threes from the power forward spot now, Kevin. He still has a high motor. You love the activity around the rim.
Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Williams scanning the floor. The pass to Zubac. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Zubac. Williams for three. Sinks the triple. Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Booker at the elbow. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. That one falls, so he hits both of them. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Knocked loose. Here's Magruder, defended by Booker. The kick out to Williams. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Booker outside. Johnson left side. 4 seconds left. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 3rd assist on the night. No good. Shot missing. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you very much. Lou, in the first half, your offense was clicking. What was the difference getting off to a hot start?
I think
we play with a lot of energy. The ball swinging around. They're using a lot of help side defense. We're just taking advantage of it.
And really breaking them down. Thanks, Lou. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They asserted themselves nicely in the second quarter and now have a fairly comfortable 5-point lead here at halftime. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Kaminsky out there with Oubre, and it's Ayton in at the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here's Beverly, out of hand on it. Ayton attacking. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
It's really unbelievable. At 7 feet, 250 pounds, Ayton puts the ball on the floor, gets the angle, and draws the contact.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
And it was made clear early on to Ricky Rubio that the Jazz were moving on from him. But Rubio quickly finds a home in Phoenix. 3-year deal for Rubio, who is a good fit with the Suns. Having a real point guard on the team like Rubio should be a huge boost.
Ayton hits them both.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of Ayton, a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Rubio finds Oubre. Count it, good. Oubre's got 6 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Williams, and it's blocked.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
And stolen by Harrell. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Beverly with the ball. And stolen by Harrell. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
Right in Beverly's wheelhouse, finding space. Quick release off the catch. Money.
Rubio against Beverly. Oubre passes to Booker. And it's sent back by Leonard. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside Leonard. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Shamet on the wing. Defended by Booker. And he gets it to go. Shamet's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Suns. Pass to Kaminsky. Beverly against Rubio. Phoenix no good that time either.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Stolen by Rubio. And here they come. Here's Oubre. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's George. He's got 10. Oubre with the steal. Connects on the 17-footer. Now just a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Here's Beverly, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Ayton.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And a look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
That free throw, no good. Bridges, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Feeds it to Ayton. Over Harrell, and that one goes long.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Second chance shot, and the layup is good. And the Clippers lead by 5. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Here's Beverly. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Bounce pass from Beverly. Ring shot on the way. Leonard, no luck. Suns trail by 5. And here's Rubio. He's got 7. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Shot clock at 6. Booker outside. Over George. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 5. Now here's Beverly. 9 points in the game so far. To the paint. Leonard inside. Covered by Rubio. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 3 assists tonight. Pass to Kaminsky. Now Bridges for the 3. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From 15 feet away and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Nice shot by Patrick. Smooth mid-range jumper with a compact release.
Rubio against Beverly. Ayton in the corner. Trying his luck from deep. Phoenix no good that time either. The Clippers in the lead. Here's George. Poked away. Here's Booker. That shot missing. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Launches it. And it's George missing.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
And Booker kicks to Rubio. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's Leonard missing.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Here's George. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Looking to end his cold spell. The shot by George, no good. Suns trail by 7. Bridges with it. Dishes to Rubio. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Shoots from 14, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles. Phoenix calls timeout.
It was a busy rookie season for Landry Shamet. He got off to a hot start in Philadelphia, but was traded near the deadline to the Clippers. Slotted in as a starter there and looked great.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. Sheck Diallo comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Sharch checked in for Booker. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Marcus is checked in for George. And Rodney McGruder's subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And last year for Shamet, even with the trade from Philadelphia, that was still very productive.
Reason why the shooting from outside is what jumps out at you. Rarely do you ever see a rookie come in and shoot over 40% from deep like Shamet did.
Suns trail by 9. Johnson finds Diallo. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight. The Clippers have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Pass to Magruder. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Well, Rodney McGruder has fought his way into the NBA as an outside shooting threat.
Played at Kansas State but bounced around overseas and in the G League after not getting drafted. But in his time in the NBA, he's shown he can knock down a 3 and is a decent option for outside scoring.
Lou Williams is checked in for Landry Shamet. Good on both. Well, the undrafted Rodney McGruder, Greg, has earned his way into the NBA.
It was 25 by the time of McGruder's rookie season. Has spent some time overseas and in the G League, but he's improved his game and has kind of carved out a spot here in the league.
Now here's Johnson. Good, nice job down low. Clippers leading by 7. The Clippers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Suns. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. To the inside, Diallo, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He's off on the first. George is checked in for Rodney McGruder. And he sinks the second. Now Williams. He's got 14. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Good recognition by Lou. Sees a crack in the defense, has the speed to exploit it.
Here's Bridges. Excellent D there from George.
There's the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
The Clippers have gone 9 of 13 from the line, and the first one drops.
JaMychal Green, undrafted out of Alabama, played in the D-League and France, but he solidified himself as a quality NBA big man.
Suns trail by 11. And the pass to Diallo. Saric outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Saric has got 7.
Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
Here's the floater. Williams against Bridges. On the wing, Johnson fires the 3. That shot off. George with the defensive effort. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here's Johnson. He feeds it to Saric. Over Williams. The shot by Saric, no good. Los Angeles leading by 10. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Harkless with it. Baines is there. And here is Green. He's got 7, 6 to shoot. Here's George. Can't hit the step back jump shot. Phoenix has gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:22 left to play here in the third. The 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's his second 3-pointer of the night, 1 in each half, trying to keep the defense honest.
Johnson with it. George picks him up. Stolen by Zubac. George against Bridges. George with the bucket. George has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. George against Bridges. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Clippers leading by 11. Outside, George. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for Phoenix. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. And so he makes both from the line. We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Johnson surveying the floor. Passes it to Oubre. George with the defensive effort.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Good if it goes. The shot, no good. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So it's the Clippers now. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Jermichael Green is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams at the point. Now here is George. 4 on the clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kelly Oubre. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Paul George. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Suns. It's a 16-point game. Pass to Baines. They get a hand on it. Now, here's George. Fires the 3. A shot off that time. Well, Phoenix shooting about 42% so far. Here's Johnson. He gets that one.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Clippers leading by 14. Outside, George. Lob pass to George. Here's Oubre. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Phoenix. They'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Williams with the ball. Pass to Zubac. Back to Williams. Outside, George. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. Saric grabs the board. Suns trail by 13. Bridges passes to Johnson. Great D that time from Green.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end. Beasting on defense. First, he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
They get it again. Outside Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Hard to keep up with Lou Williams' quickness. Draws a crazy amount of fouls.
That's good from Williams. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Now here's Kaminsky. Shoots over Leonard. And a little luck that time, but it drops. 8 points for Frank Kaminsky.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
And George gets it to go.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
Kaminsky finds Rubio. Now here's Ayton. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
I love the confidence. Ayton knows he must continue to hone his jumper, especially shooting it off the catch.
Now here's Harrell. Outside Williams. The pass to George. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. George has got 15 points in just the second half. Inside, here's Booker. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Harrell's got 9 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Beverly dishes to Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Frank Kaminsky picks one up. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Strong drive by Ricky. What he lacks in athleticism, he can make it up with his toughness.
The first free throw is good. And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them.
What you get with Rubio, good size for a guard, terrific playmaker, and trying to become a better scorer.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
And Leonard has it in the corner.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Clippers leading by 15. And Leonard has it in the corner. Lets it go with a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Leonard's got 5 points now this quarter.
He is in the zone tonight. Kawhi is carrying this offense.
Get there, get there.
Rubio the pass to Kaminsky. Oubre on the wing. Defended by George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Free throw, good, Oubre. And both free throws good for Oubre. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Tipped away. Booker against Beverly. And Booker kicks to Oubre. Ayton dishes to Booker. And again, it's the Suns missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Phoenix calls timeout. Paul George really making a difference here.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
Suns trail by 19. Now Rubio. Oubre outside. Passes to Ayton. Rubio outside. Clock at 6. The tray. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Harrell. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 21.
Incredible activity from Montrezl Harrell. So many of his points is off the offensive glass.
Wasted no time on that one. 10 points for Frank Kaminsky.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
George double teamed. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Ayton finds Kaminsky. Ayton against Harrell. Here's Kaminsky. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Here's Leonard, and he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 24.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
A nice shot by Booker.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Clippers leading by 19 points. Beverly the pass to Leonard. Over Kaminsky, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Beverly against Rubio. He kicks it to Booker. Launches a three. No good on that one. Excellent D there from George.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Leonard. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Here's George after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Pass to Leonard. Over Kaminsky, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Pass to Kaminsky. Down low, here's Booker, and the rejection by Harrell.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
No good on the free throw.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Now, here's Rubio. There's the pass to Ayton. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Ayton's got 19 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Los Angeles leading by 18. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Oubre kicks to Rubio over Beverly. The shot comes out, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. To the paint, here's Leonard. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And last season, Montrezl Harrell absolutely came alive for the Clippers.
He's always played with energy, but was more focused and made the most of his chances. You like to see him provide a little more on the glass, but make no mistake, he's a great finisher at the rim.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They have a 19-point lead. Passes it to Leonard. Over Kaminsky. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Booker dishes to Kaminsky, and that one drops. Kaminsky's got 8 points in the quarter.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Oubre with the steal. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. That free throw good from George. And so he hits both. Suns trail by 19. Here's Rubio. Oubre outside. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Now Booker. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Booker finds Kaminsky. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Ayton. Phoenix no good that time either. Los Angeles leading by 19 points.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Paul George.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Here's Oubre. Excellent D there from George.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Leonard, and it's good from the elbow. Leonard's got 33.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
And the all-around offensive game Ayton has is just fantastic, capable of scoring in many different ways.
Leonard looking around. So the Clippers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.